So welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the 5 best aquarium fish for beginner fish keepers. Because as we know, many people join our amazing hobby every single day. And one thing that could intimidate people is trying to figure out what type of fish to keep. So today I'm going to be talking about the 5 fish that are not only hardy, budget friendly, colorful, but also give you a lot of personality. So let's dive into it. So the first fish on this list are angelfish. Now angelfish are probably one of my favorite tropical fish to keep, and I have quite a few different types down here in my fish room. Now these guys in particular are my albino pearl scale angels, and you can see how beautiful these guys are. Now you can typically find angelfish in any local pet store, and for the most part they're pretty decently priced. Unless you buying like some breeders or something, it could get a little pricey, but for the most part buying some juvenile angels are pretty budget friendly. Now angels do get to a decent size, like these guys here are pretty much full grown, so I would recommend putting them in at least a 55 gallon. If you got a tall tank, that would be even better, but a 55 gallon I definitely will recommend, but you can get away with a few angels in a smaller tank. Now, angelfish do very well with other community fish like tetras, rasbors, and other South American fish as well, but they do even better when they're in the tank with a species only type tank, or maybe with like another fish like I have in this tank with the Guppies. But if you're looking for a pretty cool fish that gives you a lot of personality, a lot of color, and a lot of attitude, definitely pick you up some angels because they're a staple in the aquarium hobby. So the second fish on this list is tetras. As you can see in this aquarium, I have some beautiful diamond tetras that are really starting to get some size and some color now. Now tetras are a staple in the aquarium hobby and definitely one of my favorite other fish to keep. They come with so many different variations and colors and sizes. And it's literally tons and tons of those different types of tetras to choose from. Now tetras are definitely one of a smaller schooling type fish, so I would definitely recommend keeping these guys within a groups of at least 6 or more. But the bigger the group, the more you'll really be able to see the personality with the tetras. Now tetras are a egg laying fish, so if you ever decide to breed these guys in the future, you would need to have either like a spawning mob or like a basket with some plants in there where the tetras can go and spawn and lay their eggs. Now the cool thing about tetras is that they spawn pretty much every morning. You can see right here I have a nice fat female that's got a belly on her, and every morning tetras spawn, but it's really hard to get these guys to spawn in like a community setting. So most time people are not breeding these guys in captivity. But tetras are definitely a beautiful fish to keep, and if you're looking for a nice peaceful fish in your community tank, I would definitely recommend picking up some tetras. So the third fish on this list is another fish that is a staple in the aquarium hobby and pretty much what got me started in keeping fish, and that is guppies. Now, anybody who has ever started an aquarium, I'm sure, have kept them some guppies over the years. And guppies are a really amazing fish because they come with so many different type of personalities, colors, variations. You can literally have your pickings at what type of color you would like to have in your aquarium when it comes to guppies. Now, if you was buying some guppies, I would recommend picking up maybe 1 male and 2 females because they're going to breed like rabbits anyways, and you're going to have hundreds and hundreds of babies. So I wouldn't go out and buy a whole bunch of guppies to get started with. Now one thing I do recommend with setting up a guppy tank is to make it as natural as possible and also keep you some floating plants in here. As you can see in this tank, I have some hornwort in here, which is a floating plant, and it allows the babies to be able to hide from the parents when the parents decide they want to start spawning. So guppies are definitely an amazing fish to keep if you're looking to keep a pretty cool fish that doesn't require you to have a huge tank, a huge bio load, and they're very low maintenance. Pick you up some guppies and you won't be disappointed. So the 4th fish on this list are Corydoras. Cories are a bottom dwelling catfish that stays between the sizes of 1 to 3 inches. They're really peaceful, and there's literally over 160 different types of species of Corydoras out there. In this tank I have some Julie Cories, and I really enjoy these guys. Now I would recommend keeping these guys in at least a group of 8 or more because they seem to do a lot better when it's more of them. But if you only have a few, they will definitely do fine as well. Now, Cories are also another fish that is very budget friendly, but they are awesome little fish to keep in your aquarium. Now, like I said, they are a bottom dwelling scavenger fish. So if you're looking to pick up something that's going to help clean up your tank and be a nice little cool bottom dwelling feature fish, then Corydoras are definitely on the list of some of the top fish to keep for beginner fish keepers. So the last fish on this list is another one of my favorite fish to keep in the aquarium hobby. It's a budget friendly fish, and it has some of the most personality you will be able to get out of an aquarium fish. And these guys are shell dwellers. And as you can see, look at the personality. These guys are sparring off, looking at each other, ready to bang. They are an African cichlid, so they can be a little aggressive. But I have kept shell dwellers in my community tank with tetras, angelfish, and every other fish that was on this list today. Now, one thing I love about these guys is that they have so much personality. They don't check off the list as far as color, but they make up with the personality. And if you can put these guys in a small tank, I've seen them in 10 gallons, 20 longs, which I have them in here, but you can even put them in bigger tanks as well. But they're pretty cool fish. They will definitely spawn for you and will bring so much personality to your aquarium. So if you're looking for a fish that's going to bring you a lot of personality, a lot of activity, and also be able to breed them in the process, I believe shell dwellers are the way to go. And anybody can keep these guys. They're very hardy and they don't require too much. Just change the water and feed the fish. So that's going to be my 5 best fish for beginner fish keepers. You guys can let me know in the comment section what's your best 5, and we can have some more discussions in the comment section. I look forward to reading you guys' comments about this topic. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's content. If you learned something, if you're new around here, or if you're OG, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. It's more to come. I'm out of here.